We out here, you know what I'm saying? We about to start this podcast episode 2. Stay on the tune. Stay on the lookout for episode 1. This should be dropping pretty darn soon.
Fuck Plan B, man.
You said what?
Fuck Plan B. It's all part of Plan A. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we are on set. What is Gucci, my Nucci's? Welcome to the Half Court Podcast. And it is reborn, man. I'm just going to say it. It's just reborn, man. This is season 2, episode 2. Stay on the lookout for episode 1. By the time this one drops, obviously, the episode 1 is going to come out. I got my boy, my business partner, Aaron motherfucking Valles. And I might just cut that out. What's up, Aaron?
Not much, man, over here. Just ready to work, ready to do what we do, man.
So, right now, we are winging everything. So, what do you want to start off with, bro?
Man, really, bro, you can get it going. What do you what's on your mind?
So, I think the whole process, bro, the creative process. Let's just start by that, man. The creative process of how we even started all this shit, man. So, what?
Basically, patience. I would say patience would be the first thing that I would talk about when it comes to any creative process. Because if you don't have patience, it's just not gonna work. You know, like we gotta, before we go into something, basically know that it's gonna not probably go how we think it's gonna go, and you just gotta be ready to, you know.
Yeah. So
maneuver.
Yeah. That
would be the thing.
I hear you on that. So like right now is like the end of, mid-December, I would say. And, the new year's going to start and shit. How would you say this year treated you, bro? 2019.
2019, man, the past, I would say 3 years have been rough, man. Because I went from like corporate life to full-time creator. And that was a switch that I saw. It was just like I was working corporate, America or whatever. And then I was doing good. And I thought to myself, like, do I want to do this for the next 5 to 10 years? And I really, 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 that made me uncomfortable. And I feel that that's why I had to make a sudden decision. Because the moment I thought about that, it made me very uncomfortable. I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to wake up and do this for the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
And then I was seeing how people were being done, like getting fired when they had been working for the company for years and stuff. So I just thought to myself, and I was like, if I'm going to, right now is the time to jump in and start creating. I have energy. I'm motivated. I want to do this. So I just jumped in. But it was tough because, I knew it was going to be tough, but when you jump in, you're just optimistic and everything. And then when you start taking L's, left and right, that's when you're really tested. Like, do you really want to do this? So basically, I jumped out of the corporate world, I got into barber school because I want to be self-made. So I feel like with a barber shop, I can have some good passive income. Mm-hmm. It's a good industry in general. It's positive. And then I started investing in all my equipment and my skills. Like ever since I got out of high school, 2013, I've had a monthly payment for school, whether it was film school or
or some shit. It was just
barber school or cosmetology school. I was everywhere trying to just plug the dots.
Yeah, so it was taking time and money off of you, so that kind of messes your creative side.
And then for those that don't know, barber school is basically a job. So you're in there 8 hours a day, 6 hours a day. And you can't work, so you're working for free there also. So you're cutting up clients and the school is getting paid, but the students get tips or whatever. So really that whole time is just you in there doing time. Like you're just doing time. And that's really what this last few years have been for me, is doing time and paying my dues. And thankfully everything now is coming along, so... And it's crazy, man, because sometimes it gets frustrating. Like, you're just like, fuck, like, this shit is not working out how I thought. But then out of nowhere, like, the dots somehow fucking...
Kind of connect in some way. So out of a 1 out of 10, what did you rate the year?
Man, that's hard to do, bro, because, that's hard to do. I don't know how I would do that. like rate it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it was a lot of.
Was it more negative or positive? I think that would probably be like the rating. Like if it's under a 5, then
okay. So I'm gonna put it like this. I'm ready to be done with it. I learned a lot. But it's tough because you're limited on time. You have, it's, yeah, man. It's good. It made me so that I would say a 10.
Okay.
But it was tough. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Like this is the year where I'm seeing things come together. Like, and before, like I was doing it, but I was just kind of doing it. Now, like my brands are set. You know what I'm saying? I know. Like as a creator, you sometimes you do photo shoots, you do videos, you do this, and you're just all over the fucking place. Like you're just to where you don't even want to do it anymore. You're just like, damn, I don't even know where
Too much shit. Yeah. I definitely.
So now, like we have Empower Visuals, which is documentaries and
community.
Things
I would
like
say
that.
Community shit.
Like things that we can do to make everyone more aware of. Basically, if I can understand you and you can understand me, then we're gonna flow. So that's what I want that channel to be, is for people to just see how other people live, and then we can somehow understand each other more and just be kinder to each other. And
By the way, before we go any further, because I just realized this shit. Like, this is the official podcast setup. It's gonna be like this for a minute. Let me say that right now, because like the lights are set up, the background, and we did season 2, episode 1, which is soon to be released. We did it at the shop, which is kind of the same, similar, setup, but we had to move, and then we had to upgrade our podcast. So it's crazy now.
So see that like that's a perfect example. Sorry for interrupting, but that's a perfect example of things not going how you thought they were gonna go. Like we had already done this wall over there. It looked beautiful. I was like, let's do the podcast there. And then we had to move. So it was like, oh shit. Now we got to maneuver. We got to, because now you can't go back to the,
right.
You can't upgrade and then downgrade. Like, it's just like,
and then a lot of people don't see it that way, but some people will fucking be like, you know what? I'm going to give up or downgrade, as like you mentioned and shit.
Yeah,
we were able to like be like,
why can't it work for me? Or why is it, like,
yeah. We were able to be like,
I can't catch a fucking break.
Yeah. Like, we were able to like fucking switch that shit and be like, we got to find another way. And the views right here, it is what it is. And just looking back, man, just the process of the podcast itself, that it started at a living room at my crib, and just I didn't know, to be honest, in that time I didn't know shit about lighting. I didn't know shit about. I was barely learning the essentials, the importance of.
You jumped in.
Yeah, lighting and all that good jazz. So my lighting was off. It was in front of a window, so when the sun would hide or the clouds would cover it, it was terrible. But you learn from your mistakes. I'm still leaving those episodes on the podcast so that way people can see the progress and just look back and say, shit, I didn't fucking erase them. I left them there. It.
Just basically they're going to see everything. You know what I'm saying? There's no lying. There's no, like that. They'll see the whole thing.
Yeah. So I'm definitely happy about that. We're going to keep coming out with more episodes.
How was your year, man?
My year was... It was crazy. It's crazy, and I say crazy in a good way because of the fact that I even look back and think and like, damn, I had a fucking regular job, and that was paying good, but I was miserable, as I mentioned. And maybe this can help somebody out there, but money isn't everything, because I was projected to make a good 80,000, 85.
Do you regret leaving the job and doing?
Nah, I don't regret it. I calculated everything and it wasn't about the people. It was just about the energy and the task I had to do, because the people were great, the staff, manager, everything was great. It was just like the task of dealing with people that are already annoyed. It was just too much. It was just too stressful. Wasn't worth the money, in my opinion. So I just calculated everything, saved up a little bit of money, and you just can't go the route people want you to go, which is get a safe job, get the benefits and this and that. It's not a safe job when you can get fired at any given moment. I've seen people put 30, 20 years at a job and they just get fired right off the bat. I mean, to give you a perfect example, the guy that got shot down at the UPS truck, it's tragic as hell, but UPS, the least they could have done is fund the whole funeral. No, what they did was a GoFundMe account. That wasn't the guy's fault, man. That's the least y'all can do. Like, really? It tells you how fucking bullshit these corporate jobs are. You know what I'm saying? So
cold-blooded,
man. So like, I don't regret shit.
That's basically the way I was looking at it. Like I looked at it and I said, if I'm gonna be going through like stress and all this shit, I'm gonna make sure it's for my company. Because I was stressing and like my relationships were hurting. Everything was bad because the job was fucking stressing me out. So I was like, if I'm gonna go through all that shit, I'd rather do it for my own brand, for my own stuff. So
yeah, it's crazy because it's like, it was just too much. Like I said, I have a day off and I wouldn't even enjoy my day off because I was already thinking of the next day. Like, goddamn, I just got to be in this bitch again. Or even when you leave work and you leave at 10 at night and then you're like, damn, I got to be back in here like in less than 8 hours or some shit like that. Like, it's crazy. Like, hell no, man.
So you have all these things you want to do and you just can't because you're just trapped to that
right.
schedule.
And just to think about the numbers, like, let's say average 14 hours, $14 an hour. That's not worth an hour of my time. It's not. I know my potential. I know what I can do. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not worth it. So yeah, I calculated everything and it was really a tough decision for me to make because of the fact that I had so many bills and shit and responsibilities. But like I said, when you calculate everything and it's how bad you want it at the end of the day, because I see people and I would always encourage people to follow your dreams no matter what, come up with a plan and shit. They would come to me and like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. It's like, what's stopping you? Calculate it, man. You got kids, you got this, you got that. And like, if you're not happy with it, deal with it. Like, it's either
for how long did it take you to make the decision of quitting your job from like the time you said, damn, fuck this job? Like, well, was it a week? Was it a month or like 6 months or how long was it?
Because I used to work at T-Mobile and I liked the T-Mobile. I think it was just the interaction of kind of knowing customers and stuff. It was a totally different game compared to the place I was working at. I guess I just like that. It was pretty chill. I still was in the mindset of doing my own shit, but once I went to the other job and I was getting paid the good bucks and shit, I think right after I got out of training, that's when I knew I was like, nah, this ain't for me. And I was good at it. That's crazy because it's a numbers game too. Like, it's commission and everything, and I was good. I was making good money, but I knew right off the bat, like. So
the moment you got out of training, you knew that you were basically ready to quit that bitch already.
I was like, man, I'm just tired of this. And then like, you just start, because I'm a person that just likes, instead of watching TV, I'm just like researching new shit. So I started watching Gary Vee. I started watching a lot more Gary Vee. I've been watching him for years, thanks to you, by the way.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you introduced me to Gary Vee, bro. It's the craziest shit. Yeah, it's the craziest shit.
You're welcome, Gary Vee.
Yeah, so it's like, and that's when you was on your shit, bro. Like, that's when you was like, you had everything written down. You also introduced me to the damn Rich Dad Poor Dad thing, which to me was mind blowing too. When I listened to the book, because I cannot read a book for shit.
So check it out. That's another thing.
Let me finish, dickhead.
My bad. Rich Dad Poor Dad. That shit right there. It can be good, but it can be bad because it did me good, but it also kind of brain fucked me to where like I was like obsessed.
Well, that's the thing.
Depressed about shit.
Well, that's the thing to me. Knowing like what Robert says in the book, knowing financial literacy, like you just knowing it is, I think, key, because I rather know it than just not know it and follow the system that the school wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? So. Definitely.
Just be aware.
Yeah. So
like once you read that shit, you're like, if you don't make the changes in your life, every day you wake up, you're gonna be like, damn, I'm not doing the fucking right
so
thing.
Like, why work for money? Have your money work for you. That's genius. You just got to find a way.
And it sounds fucking goofy, to be honest, for somebody that does that. Because to me, that's how when I first read it, I was like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it does, but it doesn't. Like, how am I? So that, like, the whole concept of at first you got to work for free basically to later.
It makes sense, kind of. In a way, it makes sense.
But to me, at that point, it didn't, because I was like, damn, what the fuck? Like, you gotta. That sucks.
Think about it, bro. Your first cuts were free, right? Your first videos. You get what I'm saying? So in a way, it is that, bro. It is like you got to work for free to know. I'm saying when you don't
those few months of basically it's like swallowing a pill. It's gonna be like, damn. So every time you do dumb shit, you just know you're fucking up.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
and sometimes it's fun to be dumb, but it's like, damn.
So going back to the thing before you interrupted me.
My bad.
No, you good. I think, yeah, I knew because I just, like I said, I kept like watching Gary Vee shit, and I kept watching Matt D'Avella, which is also a good YouTuber. Gives you a lot of good advice on minimalism and all that good shit. And I realized, like, bro, for real, like, I'm a person, to be honest, that has that drive of just doing my own shit. I just have it, and thanks to Gary Vee, he's taught me the patience of it. Just being patient, like I can fucking blow up at 40. Who knows? But
it's the process, bro. It's like doing this shit. Like,
it's a damn process. So I think that the overall, to answer your question, bro, the year was pretty good. It was crazy.
No, that wasn't my question. See, you're not listening.
What did you ask then?
Yeah, see, motherfucker.
What?
My question was about the job from the time that you.
Well, before that, you asked me how my year was, and then that's when I kept
think
going.
You already answered that one though. The next question was from the time that you wanted to quit your job. How long did it take you to actually quit your job?
It was after I got out of training. It was pretty much that.
So you basically just went through training.
Because training was it was a walk in the park, to be honest.
Okay, so
it was some
you basically
chill shit.
You basically just trained, and then you didn't work. Like you didn't.
The training was just they was teaching us stuff, so I was just.
So how long was that?
Like 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
And then after that, boom.
Yeah.
You're here now doing this.
I'm here. Yeah.
So that was
I actually lasted a good 8 months. Training was 2 months, and then I lasted a good 8 months. But
from the time you so basically it took you like 6 months for you to be like, fuck this, I'm out.
Right. Because
see, that's still patient, bro. I don't have that type of patience.
I was sucking it in, just collecting the check, analyzing, and kind of seeing what move could I make, and where can I strategize.
I mean, that's good. Like you had patience to plan it out.
For real.
Like me, I'm the type that if, like, let's say I wake up tomorrow and then I have a thought, and it's like, do you really want to keep working there? I'm gonna like keep thinking about that, and then probably like the next day I'll put my 2 weeks in, like, you know.
And you probably won't even put them in. You just like, I'm out.
Yeah. Well, no. Actually, like, when I was at Goals, I put my 2 weeks in because I fucking wasn't gonna do them like that. But there has been times, car sales, that was I went through a slump, and I got a job in sales. So I'm in there for like 3 days, and I just left one day. Like I was making calls. I'm probably like at 70 calls. I'm just boom, 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 and I was good at it. I was setting appointments and shit. But I was like, no, fuck this. Like, nah. Gotcha. I just made fucking 90 calls for David Stanley. I can go home and make 10 calls for myself, and I bet you I'll close some videos. So I did that exact shit. Like I just came over here and hit up people. Like, you need work, and yep, I got work. So it was like, but yeah, I left during lunch.
Bad. That's how you do it. That's how you fucking
good,
do it.
But, and it can be bad, but yeah, that's like, fuck, man. We're young right now. I think, like, to any young people out there, if you're wanting, and it's probably irresponsible advice, but just fuck that job. Go make beats, or go do what you want to do.
I'm with that.
Especially if you don't have no kids right now, because right now if you don't have a whole lot of responsibilities, what's the worst that could happen? Like, you could fail, go broke, and then fucking have to go work at Amazon or some bullshit. Like, you can get back up, you know? But if you're just dwelling on shit for fucking years and years, like, oh, man, should I do it? Should I not? Should I? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it, and then if you fall, get back up. Like, that's basically the creative process. And
I'm with that, bro. I'm with that, and it's crazy.
That's what if you want to get anything out of this podcast, that's what I wanted to say.
I'm with it, man. Raw, no filter. I'm with it. But it's crazy, bro, just to think, like I said, man, you put me on a lot of shit, and like going back to like the video shit, that's kind of like looking back, that's kind of what got me back. And I was like, I need to fucking do this shit with Aaron, because like you went from being on top of this shit to like, you know what, fuck this shit.
And you see, I make sudden decisions. I went from this being my life to being like, I'm cool. I'm gonna cut hair, and that's all I'm gonna do. So I fucking cut the video shit, and not cut it, but it needed a break. It needed to breathe. It was too clustered up, man. And then now that I let it breathe and everything, it's.
Do you feel like the excitement again, like of creating and shit?
Yeah. I don't think I ever lost the excitement. I think I got clustered, bro. It was so much. Like having to edit so much shit by myself. Now that I have you, Santi, like I can split the load, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're going up a fucking hill and you got all the shit. Like, of course, eventually you're gonna fucking. But if somebody comes along and you can trust them, then that's when it's good. You know.
So what was going through your head, bro? Because I'm curious about this shit. Because right when I quit my job, I think one of the first things I was like, I hit up AV and I was like, bro, let's do this shit. Because it was random too. Because he was like, bro, I hadn't even talked to you
in fucking month, like, but we hadn't hung out in.
It was a
like
minute
years.
too.
Like we're probably like
it was like
year
a good
and a half.
Yeah, bro, it was fucking crazy. So yeah, and it was crazy because in that you were like, bro, I got a wedding, I need a hand. You know what I'm saying? And then like I just got my new camera and shit. So I was excited to shoot some shit. And what went through your head when I was like, bro, let's make this shit a business. Let's go like and fucking go crazy on it. Because at the beginning, the way I got it was like, you were kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck.
That wedding, I already had that wedding booked, so I had to get it out of the way. And it was like, all right, let me get this out the way, and then I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, which is the bar, you know. And I'm still doing it, but whenever you came to me, I was like, man, you know how many people have came to me and wanting to work, but they don't really want to work. They just want to get the formula and then go try to do it on their own, you know.
Let's talk about that, man, because you've been in the game for quite a minute when it comes to the video shit and even the barbering, but this has to do a lot more with the video shit. So saying like, that's what probably one of your first thoughts, like, man, this motherfucker, like.
Yeah, man, because I've had it with a lot of people. They're curious. I started doing it at like 16. So everybody had jobs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was trying to find a way to make money. And I'm here like 16 and I'm already doing my own thing. Like, I had jobs here and there, but at the end of the day, I always did my own thing. You know, I always had my hustle. So, and that was because my dad, you know, my mom, my dad, my sister, they set the formula for me, and
they kind of mold you to that hustle mentality.
Yeah. Because that's all we know, really, bro. You know, like it sounds corny, but that's all we know, like that. So I already had something going on, and people would see that, like, damn, like I wonder how this motherfucker's doing this, or so they would hit me up. They would come. I'll show them. You know, there were certain people that I thought were actually serious about it, and I would teach them. You know, I've never been the selfish type, so I always tell people exactly how it's done. But I would notice that they weren't really team players. It was just like people were just wanting selfish. They just wanted to get a peek at, you know, how is he doing it. So once they saw it, they're like, oh, well, I can do it too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I can do it too. Instead of being like, oh, let's build and grow. So that took a while to just. Everybody wants to use you. That's one thing why I even quit for a while, because I was like, man, fuck this. Like, everybody that I've encountered somehow has tried to use my talent or I just felt used, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
feel
like,
you on that.
So it got to the point where I was like, fuck this. Like, cutting hair, I don't feel like that ever. You know, like I'm just chilling, and I was still making money too. Like, I'm good at that too. So I was like, fuck this video shit. But yeah, man, whenever you came to me, I was like, it's another one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, for example, as a barbers out there, you know, you have 6-7 clients that are like, yeah, bro, I want to learn how to cut hair. Or, you know, they'll have clippers or this and that. But at the end of the day, they don't have the drive to actually sit in the fucking garage or in their shed or wherever and cut hair all day. They just they want to do 2-3 hair heads and put it on their Instagram, or, you know, they just want to do it for the day. They just want to do it for the facade or the trendiness or whatever. But yeah, so with that, that's what I was like. But then when I seen you had your own shit, that's when I was like, okay, he's doing his vlogs every week. The NBA recaps are on point.
Yeah.
Like I saw your growth, boom, boom, boom. So I was like, okay. And then when it came to the business shit, I was like, is this nigga serious? Until you proved yourself. Like you were like, yeah, bro, let's do this shit. So that's when I was okay. This motherfucker's really with the shit. He fucking.
I remember that shit, and that's like and that's the reason why I asked, because I knew it and I sensed it, and I was like, I'm not gonna blame you for it, because I've already know what. Like, I have a feel of what you went through, all the bullshit and shit. Because when I was solo, like when I told you and I went solo for a minute, I was testing out the waters and shit. I got a lot of rejections. I got a lot of people wanting shit for free. I'm like, bro, I'll do some shit for free, but it's not like all the time.
And see, that's the thing. Like, in a sense, that's my mistake, because like you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't judge others off of what people have done to you in the past. But we all do that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if somebody like heartbreaks, all that shit, that's why people have trust issues and all that shit. But at the end of the day, this is something that George De La Taper told me. Like you can block some blessings for acting that way, because you could have, for example, you had you had good intentions. You had, so me off of judging you off of other people, I could have blocked that blessing of you helping me out. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed it within time to where I was like, okay, this motherfucker really has good intentions. He has a good heart. Let's do this. And ever since then, you've seen it's like full throttle. Like when I go into something, it's boom, 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 boom.
For real.
And then the moment that I start seeing just fuckery, then I'm like, you know, but that's growth. You know what I'm saying? As that's another thing that with me, like I was young and talented, but I wasn't wise. I mean, I'm still fucking young, you know, at the end of the day.
We're
like,
still learning and shit.
Yeah, so it was like, I felt like at some point, like I had to have it all figured out. And now I'm learning to just be like, okay with fucking up, with taking losses, fucking up, you know?
Yeah,
like,
that's definitely what I said. Because I was like, man, I gotta prove that I'm about it, because it's like, yeah, it just happens. And you kind of like close the doors and shit. So
yeah, so I would say that's another piece of advice that's the big one, is don't judge others off of what people have done to you in the past, because you could block some fucking blessings. Like,
and it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, because like I've never worked with you, and I've helped you out on like some quinces and weddings and shit, but I never worked with you like on some business partner shit. But I already knew that you was about it, bro. I guess, you know, the talks we had, like when you would cut me up and shit, I think that was kind of like, I gotta fuck with AV, because his fucking drive, his grind, and like, even though he's off of it right now, but I think that's just the process of like, boom, opening the doors back, because it's been a minute, as you mentioned. And I thank God, because like I'm the kind of person that I do believe in a team, and you just can't do it by yourself. If you're looking to expand and do bigger things, you can't do it by yourself.
You can, man.
So you know what I'm saying?
Especially
so
this film stuff, man.
Especially in this film stuff, man. So like, I feel like next year is going to be a fucking crazy year, just because of the fact that we're going to create so much content. We got the podcast going on. We got the vlogs. We got the barber lifestyle coming pretty soon. You're going to get your goddamn license. I'm going to work on my personal training. So I say next year is going to be a fucking W.
Yeah, man. That's what I was saying. Like, as far as like, sometimes like this was probably the year where I fucking, I went and bought a pack of Newports. That's how stressed I was.
God damn.
But
and it's Newports, man. That shit's bad.
Newports, they make you fucking lightheaded. I was just trying to fuck everything. But at the end of the day, like you said, I'm getting my license. Everything's like, it just had to happen this way. You know, it's like back to the whole thing, like working for free to later get paid. Like, you got to go through that shit. And it was like, I'm 25. So from 16 to 25, it's taken me to fucking figure it out, you know?
And we still figuring it out.
Yeah, we still figuring it out, you know? But as far as like feeling confident, like some with the clippers and with the camera and with the editing, like I'm at the point right now where I don't care where you put me, I can do a good haircut, do a good video, do a good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm confident. Back then I wasn't so. Like, it took that many years for me to be like, nigga, I'll shoot a fucking video
movie right now. And that's crazy too, because like, to me, when I came to you and shit, it was a lot of pressure towards me, because I'm like, fuck, I gotta meet that standard of editing at the quality that you edit. You know what I'm saying? So like to me, and even shooting too.
And it's like iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? Like when we work out, like we know that. Like I'm gonna be like, man, come on, those straps. For real, those straps, like you
on me,
and straps.
I even forgot about the workout shit too. We used to work out a lot too. Like not only the haircuts was a fucking thing, also the fucking workouts and shit. But just to think that I had to meet that, you know, like I gotta fucking edit, I gotta learn how to shoot and be creative and like, bro, and it's crazy because like when I used to post my little skits and shit, I'm like, the feedback I really want is Aaron's feedback. I don't give a fuck about anybody else because like a lot of average people will look at it and be like, oh shit, this is nice. But I want your feedback. You know what I'm saying? The creative feedback. And yeah, bro, to be honest, I feel pretty confident. Still, you know, got a lot to learn and shit, but I feel pretty confident right now that I feel like we both combined can shoot a fucking movie.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, not just shoot a movie. I'd say start. I mean, my thoughts is like Dame Dash. Like, why just shoot a movie? Like, I'm trying to start a whole network, you know, fucking.
For real.
Because we have the tools. All you gotta have is the work ethic at this point, because we have the tools. So if it doesn't get done, it's just because we're being lazy, and that's basically, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
That's it.
For real. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that. So, yeah, we talked about 2020 and how good of a year it's gonna be, but
I mean, yeah, there's gonna be a whole lot of podcasts coming, not just podcasts, but we're gonna try to like incorporate documentary telling. So like you'll have the podcast, Empower Visuals, you'll have your documentaries over there, and then we have Vivid Dreams, which is our wedding and quinceañera photography company, so, and videos, so you guys can go look at all that. And this podcast was basically just to tell you guys what we're up to. We're gonna have, like, off of the people that I know and everything, we're gonna try to bring people onto the platform that are gonna bring positive information, basically, that'll bring the community together. Because here in Oklahoma, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of people doing good things out there. There's just not really a media outlet that's putting it out there. So
yeah, I think what Aaron's saying is to kind of piggyback off of that. But what's he saying, like, is just like that people that are putting their little, you know, como dicen, granito de arena, to kind of make the city better or make themselves better or just making an impact in general. On the Empower Visual, we just did a homeless project, which was pretty amazing. And it was just to create homeless awareness and just try to help in any way we can. So if you guys want to check that out, it's in the Empower Visuals YouTube channel. I'll leave a link down below in the description of the video and also on the podcast. But yeah, just community stuff. We're going to be working pretty soon on this lady that Aaron knows. I know her from she's a bartender, but that she rescues dogs. So I think that's an awesome thing. We're just trying to find ways where we can help, because she's helping the community by saving those dogs, because they're like people, you know what I'm saying? They have their, you know, feelings and you know, they have their situation. And it's just like the homeless project, you know what I'm saying?
Just, you know, the simple fact of certain people taking time out of their day to help others without wanting anything in return or anything, that's amazing. It's amazing, bro. Like, nobody, you know. So that right. Another thing is there's stuff to do in Oklahoma, and there's stuff going on. The only thing is, I think people just aren't I'm not gonna say supportive, but there's stuff out there. So if you could share it, that way we can all grow, you know. Like, if you're out there, share your location, like leave a comment, leave a review for the restaurant you're at, or tell the waiter that she's doing an awesome job, you know. That way everything can just thrive. And
yep. Like, so yeah, pretty much
city grows, you know.
Yeah, pretty much Empower Visuals and the Half Court podcast, we're gonna have time and time, at least in the podcast, we're gonna have time and time, you know, special guests that bring a lot to the community. We also, like Aaron mentioned, is just gonna, like, the Empower Visuals, just like documentaries and stuff of that nature.
I have also the Barber Lifestyle, which is me as a filmmaker barber. I'm gonna be sharing the culture on there, so that'll just be all barbering content. And then Darwin has his personal channel where he is doing vlogs right now,
and the fitness journey's coming soon.
He's been having them popping out, boom, 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 boom. So y'all go subscribe to that. I have my channel, but I haven't been uploading shit for like past years. So I mean, y'all can go subscribe to that. But I don't even know what's going on with that channel.
All right, so we did a pretty good self-advertising for our fucking brands and shit.
No, that way people know what the fuck going on.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm not saying shit.
Yeah, you know what
I'm not saying. Calmado. Anyways,
podcast number 2. These motherfuckers.
Yeah. So let's go touch on this topic because you fuck with the culture when it comes to music and hip hop shit. You've been around it. You've done a shit ton of videos. What we counted the other day, 70 videos.
Yeah, 70. Like 70 plus.
70 music videos. So, is there potential in Oklahoma City when it comes to getting into the music video industry, or
yeah, there
or
is.
even the even the rappers trying to make it?
Yeah, I mean, if I did 70 videos, that means there's, you know what I'm saying? That means people are working. People are working. I think the only thing is, it's a market that didn't really exist. Like when I started, there was like 2 people shooting videos. So just look at that. You know, now there's people that probably we don't even know about that are. So it's grown, but it still needs a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's potential for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So
as far as it's just a market thing. That's why I'm saying, like, if everybody is just as long as everybody's working, it's creating a bigger market. So that's the key. So like you'll see a lot of people beefing and shit, like being jealous of each other or like trying to compete, and competition is good. But if you got 6 artists dropping videos in the city, that's awesome because you got a market. Everything's flowing. If you got 2 dudes dropping videos, like that shit gets boring. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think, and what I've noticed here, because I haven't been in.
So everybody get off your ass and fucking work.
So what I've seen here, because I haven't been in deep with the music community and shit, at least here in Oklahoma City. What I've noticed is there isn't that much unity. I feel like everybody's so selfish here. You know, like everybody's just worried about them instead of like, well, how about like if you're an upcoming rapper and I'm an upcoming rapper, why don't we collaborate and then we do?
And I mean, I think people have done it. You know, like Youngin and Castulin,
that was back in the day, man. I don't see it anymore.
Well, yeah, they got together and they did their thing, but it's because that's the thing. I feel like rappers are too egotistic, so that's the problem. The ego, like a nigga is shining, and then they're like, oh, I want to shine too, and then it's just. It becomes a
when you gotta realize
show, man.
Yes, when you gotta realize is everybody's gonna have their turn to shine.
It's like when you have a bunch of dudes drinking, like you always have the ones that are getting loud as fuck and just being obnoxious, trying to get all the attention because they're trying to be the alphas. You know, it's the same shit with the rap. Like you get a bunch of dudes making music about how badass they are, so eventually it's just gonna somebody's gonna throw a bottle. You know, like it's just that would be the problem, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. On that is that.
But there's talented artists. I would say that.
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah, but I mean, we'll just have to see on that side. I just feel like
another thing is I feel like a lot of motherfuckers just need to stop crying and just find a way to make it work. If you can't afford a video, like just make it happen yourself. Then like don't talk about how it's. People are overcharging or studio time is, you know what I'm saying? If you can't afford it, just fucking do it yourself. And
like, yeah. And if you can't afford a video, please do not talk about fucking money and racks and all this shit. And then you're asking for a goddamn discount on a music video or even for free. And this is not just the Oklahoma. I'm not talking about, I'm just talking about in general, like in general.
I'm sure Atlanta people.
Because it's so funny that your song is called Filthy Fucking Rich, but you're fucking broke. You can't afford a music video.
That's another. It's just I think
irritates me. I've been in that position.
A lot of artists are entitled, and that's the. I don't want to fucking bash on these artists. I mean, I don't really give a fuck, but
it's in general, bro. Like, just say it in general.
It's an entitlement. That's what I think it is too. Like, and maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do deserve a free video. I don't know, but I don't know. Like. Maybe they feel that because we're shooting a video to their song, then why should they pay us?
I just see it different because it's time
Well,
It's
yeah,
time.
I guess I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, it's
where
time.
they're
Like,
coming
it's a job,
from.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
you're the talented one. You're the one with the vision. You're the one taking time to think about writing the script. Also taking the time to shoot it, not counting the editing part too.
Using
That's
your
an extra
equipment, wear and tear on your equipment.
right.
Yeah,
So like, come on, man.
that's why. I mean, I did what I did with that, and then now, I mean, I'm just a creative director. I feel like if I make music, I'm gonna be on some, I'm gonna be on
Very
some
selective.
DJ Khaled shit. Like I'll put the song together and I'll do the video and do all of it, because I don't want to shoot a video for a fucking lying ass nigga on the track.
Yeah,
You know
and then like
I'd
those.
rather just
Most of the time they're fucking picky and they're like, nah. I definitely get you on that one, man.
But there's definitely some, I would say, out of here, Southwest Des. That's a good artist. Southwest Des. He has good music. He doesn't cry like a little bitch.
His nigga.
I mean, Castellin's making good music. Young Cuddy out of Tulsa. I mean, N7 and P-Wop, they're doing numbers. Youngin has that song with Boosie. No Hezo has good music out. So that's a few that I've seen, that are working and they're not complaining and they're not bitching. Like they're
Just your time. Your time will come, man. It's consistency.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Unity is key.
And then, I mean, J Poe. Shout out to J Poe. He's fucking. I think he puts a lot of stuff together for different people.
And we're gonna get him on the podcast pretty soon. So stay on the lookout for that. Stay on the lookout for that.
But yeah, there's definitely good artists out there. There's artists that I feel that are like under the radar that nobody really knows about. So I'm gonna that's 2020. That's another one of my goals. I'm not gonna promise anything, but I want to put some projects together, like get some artists and some producers and just put some just for the fuck of it, just to put good music out there, because there's people like K1 the Menace. He makes hits and then like he doesn't even record them. He just records them on his phone and puts them on Facebook. Like what the fuck?
For real, when you got the talent, just
so maybe he just
Anyways, on that too. I mean,
finding talent, that would be fun.
Yeah. If I was a upcoming artist and I'm broke, I would just focus on. This goes back to Gary Vee, just throwing any kind of content, like behind the scenes when you're in the studio, when you're in the process of making a damn song, or just throw a random freestyle. Like I like to see like those freestyles, like
hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just keep them engaged. Like you're trying to find ways to make it happen.
Basically, like just creating content. That's the key.
That's it,
even if it's not like the highest quality,
right.
Eventually it'll hit. Like you'll get the resources eventually. Like
this, like the music is just like this. You can tell a story. Like the video, you can create a video, tell a story. Same with music. You can tell a story. Write up a quick freestyle, something you might be feeling at the moment. Just throw it out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it, man. And as far as that goes, man, there's a lot of talent in Oklahoma. I feel producers. I mean, it's cool, man. I feel like that within the next 10 years, if we all just keep doing what we're doing, it's gonna keep growing and getting better. Because the resources are more available now. Like I feel like back in the day, the quality wasn't quite there, but now you have quality shit coming out of here. So it's like people are looking,
And the city in general is just growing, just in general, like everything.
Oh, I mean, we lost Westbrook, but
don't talk about it.
We
Let's
lost
not
to
talk
Brody.
about that. That's a big L. Big L, man. I haven't been to a Thunder game. I haven't even been watching the NBA, although I love the NBA. And let's not just talk about it. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I'm going to put you on the spot here real quick. 2020 is coming up. Your school is going to be pretty much over by a month and a half. Are we going to see comeback Aaron? Are we going to see the fit Aaron? What's good with that?
Man, yeah.
Commit right now, boy. Shit.
He wants me to sign the dotted line.
Yes.
In this motherfucker.
Sell your soul right now,
no,
boy.
for sure. That's one thing that I've been slowly transitioning into, because like I feel like I was so trapped in for so long that for like the past 2 years that I was just self-employed. And I mean, I was having fun. I was doing shit that I love doing. You know, like I was basically living like a rock star, man. Like to be 100. You know,
Yeah.
like discipline basically went out the window. Like I was a disciplined ass motherfucker, and then I was like, fuck it.
For real. And let's talk about it, bro, because we were talking
like,
about it the other day. Remember?
Yeah,
well,
like basically,
actually.
you know how we go back to how I tell you, like when I make a decision, like I usually make it sudden. That's kind of how that was too. Like it was like, man, I was just stressed and fucking fed up, and I basically said, fuck it. You know, started partying, started going out more, drinking, because that's something I had never really done. Like all through high school, I was.
I remember,
shit.
Bro. I would ask you to go out and on some chill shit. Let's go to the bar real quick, drink a beer, even at Hooters and shit, and you'd be like, nah.
Yeah, I was in a like long-term relationship, so it was like I was basically like, it was like I was married and then I was working, so I was like I was just,
you was zoned in.
Yeah, which was good. Yeah, it was good for me. But then whenever I had like my relationship gone, and then I wasn't working the corporate life anymore, I was doing videos, I was on my time, like I lost a lot of the discipline. I was like, fuck, I don't have to be on nobody's time, you know what I'm saying? So I just had fun, bro, to be honest. But then I started neglecting certain things. So like the gym, I said fuck the gym, even though I enjoy it and I know it's good for me. I said fuck it.
It was weird, bro, because I was in the same page. And when it comes to the gym, I was disciplined as fuck. We was on it. Like
7 days a week.
Yeah.
Fucking
like
eating chicken, rice.
That was like
counting macros. Like
yeah, that was probably like one of the best day, like the best time of the day. Like, bro, boom. Yep. You ready? Let's go. Boom. And I fucking fell off too, bro.
And the thing was, back then we didn't have nothing to worry about. That's all we did. It was just working out, eating.
Yes.
That was it. Like, I mean, we had other shit, but it wasn't like I didn't have school and then we had a steady paycheck at Gold's. Like it was like that was my life. I was obsessed with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
like,
then like
obsessed,
when you are in that atmosphere already, it's like
that's all you
people look up and like be like, oh, like you gotta keep it. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's another lesson, man. Like you shouldn't judge or you shouldn't fucking talk shit, because like back then, who would have thought? Like if you looked at me, I looked fucking good. You would have never.
We'll probably throw in some pictures there so you can see what I'm talking about.
And like now I'm fucking flabby, like beer belly. So it's like if back then I would have been I wasn't really too judgmental, but if I would have been like judging fat motherfuckers, then right now would be bad, because it'd be
right.
You know, so like you could be up here and then fucking so
right.
Like I've learned that the past few years, man, for sure.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I want to go back. And I've been working out and I've been getting back on track.
Like even with the whole going out thing, like people judge people that go out, you know, or drink every day. Back then I probably judged people for that, and then look at me this past 2 years, like it was partying fucking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. When in the past I look at it. The way I look at it is health wise, to be honest, because you're drinking. If you do it every day, well, see, but
to me, it's like the health part of it.
When I just started, it wasn't a problem to me, because I hadn't done it a lot, so it wasn't. Now that I'm 2 years in and I've been partying for 2 years, now I can feel it, you know. But the first fucking year, it wasn't a big deal to me because I was good. I was, you know, I hadn't done it excessively, but now like hangovers, I feel hangovers like a motherfucker. So. As far as that goes, man, yeah. When I'm done with school, I'm ready to buckle down and get back on the fitness stuff, because if not, I'm gonna fucking die. That's basically how it goes. Like, if you just keep drinking and smoking and not sleeping right, that shit'll catch up to you. And at the end of the day, if I'm gonna be here, you know, I might as well be healthy and good. So. Yeah. To answer your question, as soon as I'm done with school, I need to get back on the motherfucker.
I'll document it. I'll be on it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It is crazy, and I go back to the same thing, bro. I got to the point where I was at 190, solid as fuck, dedicated as hell, and I was like, same shit, bro. I was like, fuck this shit. And like, I look up to, like, I guess one part was I looked up to so many people that fucking did the drugs, that I was like, bro, if my body cannot pass where I'm at right now, and I have to fucking use some drugs, then fuck that shit. Fuck it, because then what's the point of me busting my ass?
Then I'm not gonna look like
And then because I'm not, to me, I was like,
Rashid.
I don't want to be on that drug the whole time because you got to inject yourself in the ass.
And see that, that's the thing. I think like the whole fitness industry, like at first, people don't really know it. You know what I'm like? They don't know it. Like we know we know how shit goes because we worked in a gym. Like that was our life for fucking 3-4 years. Like we know how it is. But for like, yeah, bro, like the whole fitness thing can be fucked up. Like,
right. And then that's when I went into it, I was like, man, I even wanted to be a fitness model. And for those who don't know, I'll just throw in some pictures and shit, how fucking dedicated and in good shape I was. I'm still in good shape, but that back in the day was like a totally different animal. I was like wanting to be a fitness model. I was just wanting to motivate people. To this day, I still want to do that. But once you start finding out the truth, especially the people you look up to and shit, and it's like, oh shit, really? Like, I got to do all these goddamn drugs. Like, I got to be fucking injecting myself every 2-3 days.
That's why, it's
Fuck
good.
that.
It's good to look up to people, but it's not good to, like, idolize anybody.
Right.
Or be like, oh, my God, because at the end of it, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, that happened to me working with artists a lot. I would be like, damn, this dude is fucking cool. And then I'd meet him, and I'd be like, man, fuck that dude. Like, you make good music, but you're just a dick, you know?
And not only that, too, is like, I was like, damn, this nigga saying he's natty. Bro, we clearly see that you're not fucking natty. Why you have to lie? Like, y'all, right off the bat, you're full of shit. You get what I'm saying?
You could just see, like, we'd be working out hard as fuck, like, sweating, grunting, like, fucking going ham. And then you would see guys just walking around, like, not even sweating, but they're, like, shredded and fucking looking good as fuck. I would always think about that, like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like,
so, when I fucking stopped, that was, like... Because that's the thing, too. When I was on it, bro, I was eating fucking... When I was on the fitness grind, I was eating fucking tilapia, rice, sweet potato, tilapia, rice, avocado, my shakes. And I would go to cookouts and shit and not eat nothing, bro. Like
that guy?
I was that guy. It gave me results, but I wasn't fully happy. I wasn't
picking
fully
fucking
happy
shit up and looking at the label on the back. Like,
yeah, so I know my body.
I mean, I think what happens is, like, you get kind of responsibilities come into your life, and then you're just like, that was one too. That's not that important right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
that was one.
Like, that's how I feel with fitness. Like, I know that I can go get it back, so it's not like
exactly.
Like, I know that when I go back, I'm gonna still be strong. Like, if anything, I'm gonna be out of breath and shit. And but I already know how to lift. I already, so like, as to fucking when I just started 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I didn't know shit.
Yeah.
So now, like, I'm not when people, I mean, because shit, people see the difference, so they'll clown and shit, but at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. Like, and I know that most people cannot keep up with me in the gym. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I can go back right now, fucking Newport out, and I'm still gonna fucking keep up. Like, is that yeah, man. It's about heart. I think that's what that is.
So yeah, I just stopped too, and I saw the gains just decline, and I was like, fuck it, I'm tired of this shit. I want to fucking go and enjoy and eat, and if I want to have a beer, I want to have a beer and shit, and just knowing your body more important than anything, because you can go on a diet and shit, and like just be happy with the process.
And see, that's one thing that I've never stopped doing is like stretching, breathing. Things like that. Like, I may not go to the gym for like, and even like, I'll probably go 3 weeks without going to the gym, and then I'll go for a run, or I've always done something at least to keep me back on the. But yeah, like stretching and all that shit, I never really stopped. Like, I mean, I'm fucking fluffy right now, but I can touch my toes.
Yeah. But let me talk to this real quick, because now that I'm gonna get back in the fitness journey, I just want to kind of keep everything clear, and like we all go through this shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, when I lost all the shit, bro, and I would still go once in a while just to kind of keep it and kind of just get the exercise out, and like everybody, I swear to God, everybody was like, bro, you skinny, bro, you lost your gains, bro, what happened? So having to explain, I was like, bro, what the fuck? And I didn't even go thinking like, what the fuck is this gonna say? Like, they would just come up to me, oh, what's up, bro? Damn, bro, you look skinny. Like, what happened? I was like, bro, I got to kind of explain, like, bro, life hit me, you know what I'm saying? I became a fucking adult, like. And
see, that sucks that sucks that you even got to explain.
Right. You got to explain it. What else are you going to say? You know what I'm saying? So, life happens. I fucking got tired of it. Became an adult. Fucking got married.
That's the thing. I don't think you gotta explain yourself. Like,
I mean,
be like, shit happens, bro. What
on me, it's life, bro. Shit happens.
You never looked as good as me, motherfucker. So,
so now that I've been like, I would say a good 6-7 months constant, not on and off, constant right now.
It feels.
I'm just trying to, and I'm not worried about nutrition. I'm not worried about.
You're not obsessed with it.
I'm not obsessed, but I want to go. I want to work out. Like today was just a rest day. Tomorrow I'm just excited to go. So I found the spark again. Boom.
Yeah,
but it's more of a feel good with yourself, compete with yourself. Fuck the rest. Fuck the rest. Because that was my mentality when I wanted to be a fitness model. I wanted to compete with everybody in the gym.
Yeah. And I mean, that's one of those things where it's like a model. Like she has to fucking. You make your money off of what other people think of you, basically. Like when you're doing that type of shit. That's one thing that I guess was good about when I got into fitness. I literally got into it because I was depressed and my self-esteem was low, and when I got into that, it helped me. So now I know that when my self-esteem is feeling shitty and when I'm feeling tense and depressed, I can go to the gym, I can go in the sauna, I from day one did it as a therapeutic way. So I think that's one thing that was good for me. You know what I'm saying? I never really, like, even, when we worked out back then, I didn't really give a fuck about being like a model
or take pictures and this and that.
I would just go work out and go do my shit. I would look at you and David fucking take pictures of each other and shit. Be like, fuck it, that's what you fags are into. No, I'm just kidding.
No, this nigga. But I guess it was, and I still like I don't do it that often like I used to back in the day. I was just obsessed with the results and shit, and like you gotta feel good about yourself, bro. And like,
but yeah, no, at some point it does get like that. Like you start. I mean,
you feel yourself, man.
Yeah, you start.
I mean, look at the homie Vargas. That nigga be acting dumb sometimes. Shout out to my nigga. Yeah, he be acting stupid. You know, caption, whose bitch am I taking tonight? When he gets that pump, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's good. I fuck with that, you know. And like, to me, when I see people, and I was talking to my homie the other day, I was telling him, I
think even that whole Empower thing, that's how it came from, the fitness shit. Like, because it's just, you need it.
Yeah.
Like, exercising and all that, it's common sense, kind of, if you look at it. Like, anybody that denies it, like, is just fucking lying to themselves.
Yeah. It to me it's that, bro. And I was mentioning, like, when I was leaving the gym the other day and I seen this lady on the treadmill. She was, a little overweight and shit. And I wanted to go up to her and tell her she's fucking amazing for just going there. And it might sound cringy, bro, and you might not believe me and shit, but
you wanted to go tell her that.
Tell her that, like, just that, because that might give her like the extra spark she needed. Because it takes a lot, bro.
See, that's the thing right there. Like, that's good. That, like, for personal trainers, they need more of that. Of what you just
right. But imagine a random person, you're at the gym, bro, you're fucking overweight or skinny as shit, and you have somebody that comes up to you and say, keep pushing, you're doing good. Like, that's gonna make your day. At least for me, it would.
Or she could be like, damn, this nigga really thought I looked fat. And
nah, bro.
No?
To the way I would just say it is like, if you came out here, you're getting this money.
Yeah.
That's how I like to call it. Just getting this money.
Yeah, no.
Get this money, keep pushing, don't give up. Do it.
Yeah.
Period. Like, when I see skinny people fucking coming in a tank top, do it. Get the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta show, you gotta look at your progress and shit.
Yeah,
you gotta you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get it. So the fitness journey, that's going to come, and it's just going to be about that, just feeling comfortable with yourself, competing with yourself, pushing yourself to the next level. And to me, the fun part is the mental challenge, to be honest.
That's what I was about to say, man. The mental, that shit I've carried with me with everything, man. Like through school, this film shit, like anything, man. Like, that mentality of just like finish your set, fucking... If you finish your set, like the feeling you get when you push through that shit, like, and that's how I feel right now that I'm about to finish school. Like, I pushed through that shit, There was times where I'm like, but I pushed through that shit, like, and that mentality, like, you won't get it with nothing else. I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you don't put yourself through that, stressful, uncomfortable feeling that comes with like growing your physical self. Like, it's hard. I think I feel like you're gonna be soft. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's a big statement to make, but like, if you've never like lifted weights or, you know, fucking went out there and worked heavy or something, like that's the
part I'm excited, to be honest, the mental part when it comes to the fitness journey, because like I said, I'm not crazy. I'm not going to show you that I'm the strongest, because I'm not the strongest. I'm not going to show you that I'm the best looking or the biggest motherfucker, because I'm not. I think the mental part and kind of just encouraging people, kind of like, okay, you can do it, compete with yourself, fuck everything, just feel better about yourself and compete with yourself.
And then everything falls in place when I feel everything falls in place once you feel good with yourself. Like, I know myself, I have to get back into eating better, my health, you know, working out and everything, because right now I'm doing good as far as my career and stuff. Like, everything's falling together, but I physically feel heavy. You know, I can feel myself breathing like I never did before. Like, so I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where you have to get in there to even know yourself like that, you know, and to even be honest with yourself about that, because I think that's the problem. That would be a problem if I wasn't aware, you know, if I was just like in denial, like, no, I'm not fat right now.
I'm young, fuck this shit.
No, yeah. That, like, no, you got to be fucking aware. But for somebody that has never been in a like, whenever we worked at the gym, one of the sales questions is like, you have a card with all the questions, and one of the questions that where I would always get the most out of people is how long, like, what's the longest program that you've ever been in? What's the longest program that you've
What do you mean by program?
Like, what's the longest span of time that you've worked out consistently?
Oh, okay.
Like, what's the longest time?
And it takes them a minute to kind of like.
Yeah, so right there, you know, certain people have never worked out more than 2 weeks in their, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, consistently, like 2
weeks in a row.
2 weeks, 4 days a week, or 5 days a week, or 2 years. Like, how long like, we worked out for what, like, a couple years, bro? You know what I'm saying? So that alone, that fucking tells you a lot about somebody. Like, how long can they keep doing something for, you know, consistently. And that right there is crazy, bro, because I would have people in there that have never in their life, like 40-year-old ladies, 35-year-old ladies that had, or dudes that had never been in a consistent workout routine. So imagine that. Like, they'll never know what it feels like to be fit. So that definitely needs more awareness, you know?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited because that was one thing that was eating me alive, bro. Like, after I stopped doing the NBA content, and I've dimmed down on it, because I definitely want to get back on the NBA content, because the NBA is my thing. I've just been focusing on the business. Once I quit my job, it was just full throttle focus on it, because that's what happened with the NBA thing. I had to wait every single night, because my thing was kind of analyzing every single game, or at least the interesting games. So I had to wait every single game, and sometimes I had to work early, and the games were late, and then I have to sit down, record, edit.
I think, sorry to interrupting, but I think it's like one of those things. Obviously, you get obsessed with certain things whenever you do them. Like, back in the day, I was working out. It was like we were obsessed with that shit. So, cutting hair, when I'm on cutting hair, I'm cutting hair. When you're on podcast mode, you're on podcast mode. When you're editing mode, you're on editing mode. So, I feel like it's hard to, like, be obsessed with 4 different things. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard. But
it is. So that I think that's where that happens, where you kind of fall off and shit. But that's as a man, as a growing man, that's where you learn to, okay, I gotta make time for my workout. I gotta make time for my food. I gotta make time to just relax and fucking enjoy myself, you know? Because for the longest time, bro, I wouldn't even think of that type of shit. Like, I'm like, how can I do more? Boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm late here, late over there, but I'm still there. You know, I'm just boom, 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 getting shit done. And it was good for a while because it shows you're hungry, you're on it. But then, like, you need that time when it's just like, chill out, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So
that, I mean, yeah, that I feel like, yeah, it's normal. You know, it's normal.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of changing it up, bro. So it's like, I gotta let go of the NBA shit as much as I don't want it. Like, I didn't want it to at the time. Because I built a little, you know, community. Maybe it's 5, 7 people, but it's still like people that still are waiting for my video to upload so they can comment and be like, oh yeah, I saw the thunder, this and that. But I was
basically
like,
at that point you're throwing that project in the trash, kind of like you're just kind of like.
I wouldn't say throw it in the trash. I'm just saying taking a step back for a minute. Maybe in the future when I'm more stable financially and I have more of a set schedule when it comes to, let's say we get booked year round for weddings and quinceañeras, and we have little, side projects we have everything mapped out. Maybe that's when I can take a time and sit down and be like, you know what, let's talk about a little bit about NBA and shit. Yeah. But I'm not gonna go
stretch yourself.
I'm not gonna evolve it around, because I was evolving it around the NBA schedule. I'd maybe just sit down and just be like, let's see what happened last week.
At that point, you're basically
what can we talk about
for the NBA type shit.
Right. So it's like, that ain't it, coach. That ain't it. As much as I like it, like I'll probably just be like, what happened last week? Let's just do a little recap. Let's talk about it, because I do like talking about it. I can talk about LeBron, Westbrook, and all that good shit. I can go for days, but finding that spark because before the NBA, I was like, what the fuck do I want to do, content wise? And now I was like, bro, the daily shit. I work out every day. Why don't you just fucking vlog that? I don't vlog the journey.
It was back in the day. I used to watch like Timothy De La Ghetto, fucking Deep Pride, all the YouTubers, like all the Asian YouTubers. And back then I was like 13, 14, and these dudes were already like 28, like 18, 22. And I would see their day to day was like, they would have vlogs, and they were all filmmakers and shit. So they would go to each other's house and they would be in each other's vlogs. So all this shit grew, and I would always want to do that, but I didn't have, like, I'd be like, I want to do this. But back then I was 14. So I was like, what the fuck am I going to vlog about? There was, so now like this shit is like I'm like, damn, I'm doing what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I would
back
see
in the day.
Like I would see these dudes like, oh shit, like they're going to fucking Vegas and like they're vlogging the whole thing. Like this next year, thankfully, like I'll be done with school and all that. So hopefully I can travel. I can, like even like the nightlife. Like I would see them kicking it. Timothy De La Ghetto, he would go to the club and just be kicking it with his homegirls and shit. Mm-hmm. Like he would vlog that. So now like I go out and I'm like, damn, this is basically like a vlog, Mm-hmm. That shit is cool, man. Like, I guess my life is finally at the point where it's worth like documenting. Like, I'm actually doing interesting shit,
Yeah, because right now you're gonna see a lot of regular vlogs, because I got it. Vlog the process, man. If we have a music video shoot or any little projects we're doing, like the process of making the views happen, because man, this was a shit show in here, man. Like this was dark and depressed, and like. The process of that, it might not have crazy views, but I'm a person that's not worried about the views. I'm just worried about the people that are around me. Fuck with it. I'm good with that. Yeah. That eventually is going to come. But now with the fitness journey, I'm excited about that too, because that's like another spark. That's another fucking, more ways of content, and then the podcast itself. So I think those, the focus, and then pretty soon is going to be the barber lifestyle. We're going to focus on that as well. So we got a lot, man. We got a lot on our plate.
And this was an improv podcast, like our haircuts.
Oh yeah, we don't got haircuts. We've been.
It was basically like let's just do a quick podcast to tell everybody what's going on.
For real. Right now we were editing all day, and
Darwin had to go grab Santi out of bed.
For real. My brother's out here in pajamas. Shout out to him. He came through, behind the cameras and shit. But I think anything else you want to add to it, bro?
I think that was it, man. Just stay tuned. I mean, this is going to be a weekly thing, so we'll have different things to talk about.
He said it. All right.
We'll have different things to talk about. When I'm not on, we may have a guest on, but we're going to keep shooting and putting content out.
There's going to be a weekly podcast. Like I said, there's going to be special guests, but when we can't get a special guest, it's most likely going to be Aaron. It's just it's gonna keep it coming.
The next one coming up, David Vargas. Shout out to him for just sharing his knowledge and wisdom.
Yes. So let's just wrap it up here. Look out for the Darwin TV content coming out. Half Court Podcast on the YouTube channel is Half Space Court Podcast. Empower Visuals, that's on the way. I'll leave everything in the description. We are out. Anyways, before you cut it, this is improvising, by the way. Before you cut it, Aaron, shout out to Aaron. I just don't want to let go. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's going to listen to this podcast. Y'all are amazing. We coming up. So we out.
Peace.
Peace.